Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here. We're back for another Trek Jive. This is going to be like a two-parter one, so you're going to see us now, and then technically in the future, both for you and us, but it's just more future for us than you. So, before we get started on the first of the two reviews, because this is a double feature Star Trek week, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and do all that kind of stuff. Check us out on social media and you know, support us over there.
Yep.
And whatever. But, yeah, I guess we'll just get a business nonsense out of the way because we're supposed to do that or something. Let's get right into it. The first episode that we watched of the Star Trek double feature this week is Star Trek Picard, Season 2,
Yep.
Episode 10, Farewell.
The finale.
The season finale for the second season of Picard. And this was... it was an okay season finale overall. Just for the expedition of time's sake and the fact that the evil corporations in the sky don't want us to like use pictures and like explain things with betterness. So we're just I'm just gonna talk through it real quick. Like this was a fun one. I feel like a lot of stuff was very rushed towards the end.
Especially the last two episodes. The last two episodes felt like how the last two seasons of Game of Thrones felt, where they had a whole bunch of ground to cover, and then they were like, "Oh my God, we're done it within like 2 episodes.
Just get it done.
Just together. Yes.
Everybody, shut up. Just get it done. You know, like one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
I think the last episode really primarily suffered from it needed a second draft writing wise. Whereas I believe that this episode really simply required, I mean, if it needed a second draft, but I think it primarily required an additional episode. So yeah, like let's just go over the wrap-ups that we have. Yeah. We got a wrap-up of the Jupiter or the Europa mission, Rene Picard shenanigans. She made it, good for us. The not Laris lady, like
she died.
She died, and I feel like it should have been a like, I don't know. Like I guess it makes sense or whatever, but like also she's like Romulan and not human, so like maybe that shit wouldn't have worked.
How lucky that he found a neurotoxin that worked on both.
Species. Yeah. And also like I understand that he donated a ton of money, and like I guess they're trying to be like, hey, if you donate a ton of money and you're rich, you can get whatever you want, and like that's true, right? We live in a nightmare time, but Sung was just a right ass.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
So like whatever that happened. He's
just carrying around.
Yeah, just being an ass about stuff. So like he got in there, did that, whatever. Like that kind of got wrapped up. Whatever. The Raffi and Seven story has just ham-fistedly ran its way into a relationship, which like I like Raffi and Seven together as a tag team duo. They were way better at the beginning of the season. They were a lot of fun, and then they tried to give Raffi a character arc that I don't think was fucking really needed, because like halfway through the season they were just like, oh, also I don't know, whatever, she has some sort of like character flaw, and then that character flaw is going to result in some sort of emotions, and then we're going to quickly wrap that up in like one episode and one throwaway line. So that way a character arc happened that I don't think was needed, and I think that the whole Seven Raffi like friendship, relationship, whatever the fuck they were trying to do, felt from my perspective like a little forced and a little off guard. And I think that a lot of my problems, because like I don't care whether they're in a relationship or not, that's completely negligible to me. But like I feel like the like sour note there is that Raffi had this forced character development that didn't do anything beneficial.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was intended to add some sort of texture to this burgeoning relationship, or this implied burgeoning relationship, because like honestly it could be forgotten about by the next season, right?
Yeah.
Like who knows? But I feel like they added it to try and add texture, and it didn't. It really kind of made it worse. which I wasn't into, you know?
But I didn't ship them in the first place together.
No, I thought they were going to be like buddy cops, and then again, it's just like all of a sudden they're...
I don't think that they really have chemistry together, even for buddy cops. Like, I know that you're very into buddy... I know a lot of people
I'm into them as buddy cops
into, like,
so much.
Buddy Cop 7 and Raffi, but they just... They're too similar to each other to make the buddy cop thing work. Because buddy cop usually kind of has that, like, opposites, where, like, 7 is, like, removed. I think that they wanted Raffi to be the, like, irrational wild card, and really she wasn't. All that we got out of Raffi was that she's still really upset, well, not anymore obviously, but she was really upset that Space Legolas died, right? And that was all that we had. That was a single character note for
and then
Raffi
it just like blew up into some
whole
nonsense
season. And we didn't have, but not only do they like not really have, they don't really have the right chemistry on screen nor personalities in the show to be buddy cop, or I mean, they could be in a relationship. I don't care about that. But I feel like that was also shoehorned in because we had absolutely zero lead-in to their relationship. The only thing that we had as a lead-in was the scene immediately before they kissed. And then prior to that, there was a throwaway scene where they pretended to be girlfriends, like to get into that building. But when they did that, there wasn't like the knowing or longing look. There was nothing. That was just like saying, you know, I worked in retail for a long time, and there was sort of like an unspoken agreement that we had within the store that I worked at, where if a guy was being creepy, like you could basically be like, oh, my boyfriend or my fiance or whatever, and it'd be one of the stalkers, you know, what are stalkers? Oh my gosh, one of the like floor people, you know, one of the guys would come up and be like, this is my girlfriend.
Is the thing that she's saying. I think,
and I feel like that's kind of like what happened with Seven and Raffi. They were like, now kiss. But like, why?
I think that it's primarily a function of just poor writing on the part of specifically Raffi's character. I mean, I feel like they did an okay job with Seven, but that's also like a very developed character, and like the lady who's playing Seven is Seven, like, you know,
I have no problems
like
with
Jerry,
that,
like Jerry Ryan knows how Seven's supposed to act about stuff. So I think they kind of relied really heavily on the fact that like Jerry Ryan already has that character like figured out, which is why Seven was such a good dynamic character in this.
Yeah.
I was sad to see Rios go. I'm just changing lines. Like it could have been written better. Whatever. We'll see what happens next. If you want to throw a temper tantrum about it, like that's fine, but don't waste the sunlight on unnecessary emotions. I feel like the Rios leaving thing was like super predictable. We've been guessing
Very
back and forth about that for a while.
I have no problems with that.
You know what? Honestly, it was good. I think cute. Again, I think that the like this is what happened to Rios wrap up thing with Guinan. Although
he died like he lived in a bar fight over medical supplies.
Yeah, like
I don't know that we know Rios well enough to know that.
Like being dope. Yeah. No, like I get it. I don't know. Again, it felt a little ham-fisted, and it's one of the many reasons why I think this episode should have been 2 episodes. Is that like make that bar scene a little bit more profound and a little bit slower and less like why were they at that bar? Right? If it was like they saved the day and then like we get some stuff, like they return to Earth and Picard's like, we got to go back there, we got to go visit Guinan, so they go visit the bar and then like they get a table and Guinan comes up and talks to them and they get the wrap up because also she only told Picard, not the rest of them. Why would they not be interested in this?
Yeah.
Like and they had a nice wrap up there, and then Picard gets like a notification on his thing. Like on a tricorder or on a pad or something like that. And then he's like, oh, I gotta go home, guys. Hugs and high fives. And then he goes. There was no connective tissue. When you write, you have to have that connective tissue, or else the thing that you're doing is just a sequence of like little vignettes, and it loses like texture in the story. Again, like they hit the notes that should have been hit, but they just didn't develop the thought all the way through. it's that thing that I keep talking about where you need a second draft. Like, just do another draft.
Well, and I think a nice way to do the Rios thing, other than just like sole exposition from Guinan, is like, oh well, I've got a thing for you to watch, because
but then you have to record like a whole fucking thing.
But they could do that, and they could have Rios and the Doctor like aged up in makeup, and they can be like, oh, it's been like 10 years. We wanted to, like check in and say hi, or it's like letters from the past kind of thing.
I don't know. I don't know about that one, primarily because it left it pretty open about because Guinan was able to cover what happened with them, what happened with the kid, what happened with Rios's death. Like, she was able to cover a lot of ground. And, she's the storyteller. It makes sense. I like that Guinan communicated it. I think that singularly communicating it to Picard, and, again, just, sort of, black screening over to it, jump cutting to it, just left a bunch on the table.
Yeah.
That's my issue with really, most of the season of Picard. My issue is that we're adding things, we're, spending time adding stuff that doesn't seem to really actually affect the plot in a meaningful way. All right, and then we're skipping over shit that would have been the necessary connective tissue to move between set pieces, because it would have required like 2 scenes and 3 or 4 throwaway lines to literally make the connective tissue between saving the space thingy, saving everything from the space thingy, and being in her bar. But they didn't do that. And that's that, little detail stuff that gets missed when you're trying to, in my opinion, rush through to reach the, place where you need to stop. That being said, obviously the Borg Queen was what's-her-face, Jurati. That was very obvious, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Also, and my main thing about there needing to be a second episode was, it felt like we had 30 seconds of, no, I'm actually Jurati, high fives all around, oh, there's also a space thing, alright, we gotta save some stuff, hey everybody, let's do this stuff, problem solved, stuff is being fixed, this ship is in sequence, oh, it's bloody Elnor, or whatever his name is, Space Legolas, right, emotions, it's saved now, the thing's closed, transwarp tunnel, out. It was just and I feel like if there had been, if this episode had ended with Q snapping them back, and it goes countdown 5, 4, 3, black screen, fucking end of episode, next time on Picard, hold your butts. Right, I think then this theoretical episode 11 I'm talking about would have been turn off the auto-destruct. Oh, it's actually Jurati. Hugs. We gotta trust her. There's a space thing about ready to shenan. One of the captains doesn't like Borg because he's a racist against Borgs or whatever the heck. But Picard's the admiral, and you gotta listen to him. And we gotta trust the Borgs. And they get over to the thing, and they're warning the planets, but the planets can't escape in time. So let's hope that this psycho Borg idea works,
and the Borg have seen it before, and that's how they know that it's going to be deadly or something.
A Borg had necessarily seen it before, because they make transwarp tunnels, but I don't know that they witnessed.
How did they know that this thing was going to explode and do the stuff?
Well, they would have basically been able to detect it at a different.
See, we didn't get any of that.
Right. This is part of the how did they detect it? Where did they come from? What was with their tunnel? Sort of a thing. And then the racist captain, his ship isn't in sequence because he's a butt. And then Elnor is revealed halfway through the episode, or bottom of the 3rd act, that this is what's happening. I'm here, I can save the day. Ignore the captain's orders. I'm a bad kid. The admiral, forgive me, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then it all works out in the end, and everybody's happy, and then we got to return to Earth and answer questions because we just fucking obeyed the Borg, and also the captain of the ship is missing. And so we got to go to San Francisco, and so they do that thing, and then they go visit Guinan, and she gets the story out there, and then Picard has to go home, and then he goes home, and then he gets the reveal that he's willing to let love in or something. And then that's the end. And we would have had, again, the texture, and the time to be patient with these things. All of those complaints aside, though, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It could have been better, but I mean, a bunch of shit could be better right now. You know, I feel like a lot of people aren't making an effort to try to do the better part. But, no, I mean, overall, I'm interested to see where the actual F this is going in the next season. Like, why do we need a third season?
I don't.
With this.
I don't know.
Right? That is my question. But I imagine it's going to be, we got to figure out where this transwarp tunnel goes. And also, I don't know, whatever, some other bullshit. So, like, I'm interested to see. I'm not going to, like, be like, boo, this is the worst. Ooh. Like, that's unnecessary emotions. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens next. What did you think of the season finale of Picard? Are you a big fan? Did you think it could fare to be improved? Do you think it's the worst thing ever because, you know, intense emotions or some such? But yeah, so that's Picard Season 2, Episode 10 forward. It's the season finale. We'll see what happens in Season 3 of Picard, and all of those details. So up next, we're going to take a little break in time, and then up next will be...
In time for us.
In time for us, yeah. And up next will be Strange New Worlds Season 1, Episode 1, which I am very excited about. So we'll catch you guys then. Stick around. And we're back. Okay, so it's been a couple of days, and we just got done watching, actually technically for the second time, but that's not important, Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 1, Episode 1, the premiere episode.
Yep.
Which is the, like, Christopher Pike, Enterprise greatness. I am very in love with this show already. It is fucking gorgeous. This is such a pretty show. The new Enterprise is so good. If you don't like the look of this Enterprise, get out of here with that. You're wrong. None of it. It's such a cool looking ship. Holy heck. I really love the whole cast. I'm a big fan of Anson Mount as Pike. I really liked what's her name who's playing Una. I like Una. I like the gal who's doing young Uhura. I freaking love Nurse Chapel. I love the new Doctor. Let's see, our like ensembled like two officers who sit at the front of the bridge whose names are completely escaping me right now. I'm super into them. They're like fun. Everybody seems like a fun. I really like this cat they have playing Spock right now.
Yeah.
The dude who plays April is a fantastic actor, and I super love him. He's like the perfect April, in my opinion. So, like, that's rad. Like, I thought this was really fun. This was fun. It was good. It was Star Trek-y. There was shenanigans. In my mind, there's no reason for anybody to have any drama about this. I mean, I have no doubt that you people are finding something to be dramatic about.
I mean, it's the internet. Somebody's gonna be dramatic.
Somebody's being dramatic. But it's really fun. This episode was very like let's introduce the crew, everybody. Although we didn't technically meet the chief engineer.
No, we have not.
Yeah, he only got like beamed in at the end. Also, I like that at the end there. It like I didn't notice it the first time through, but the second time through I noticed that they're like everything's in working order, and like everybody reports in, and they're like requesting permission to like jump to warp and get the fuck out of here or whatever. Like, where should we go? And then you see the engineer beam on. Like, dude, cutting it a little close to being late to the ship, right? He's about ready to beam into open space. If it was a 90s
movie, they'd be running through the airport.
Yeah, right? Like, and I mean, I imagine that it was just like a decision in when to put that shot sort of a thing. Yeah. But it felt very like, you're interrupting. What is happening with this? Like, this guy barely made it in? No, that's hecka dangerous. But like, I don't know, whatever. That was funny to me. But, yeah, I really liked the whole crew. I really liked what they did. I like that we got, like, extra zhuzh, like, on the, like, oh, like, we're just putting on makeup to be able to look like these aliens. Like, nah, they are messing with your face. Right?
Yeah, that was wild.
And Spock being like, Captain, I can't resist it. It hurts too much. And then just, like, screams into his hands for a second, and he's like, all right, we're better now. That's hilarious. So good. I super love this cat who's playing Spock. Yeah, he's super
He does
funny.
a great job. Yeah, he does.
And it was cool, like the whole him to Pring thing was like a great like back and forth. I had a ton of fun with that.
It was cute. Yeah.
It was super cute. They're doing a really good job expressing. I feel like a lot of people have this interpretation of Vulcans where like they're emotionless creatures, and that is like tantamountly wrong. Vulcans are in fact like more emotional, right? Their emotions are like generally like stronger than humans, but through like a force of interpersonal will, right? They keep that shit on lock, because if they didn't, Romulans, right? I mean, sort of how that works. It's a bit more complicated than that, but like not by much. So like seeing the sort of like cutesy back and forth between him and between Spock and T'Pring was like super dope.
Yeah.
They did a better job than Enterprise's Vulcans, who were all just like vaguely asshats. So like that's gangster. Yeah, it's weird that all the Vulcans in Enterprise are just like mean people with like weird connivey shit. I mean, it's because they had to be like the drama center. It was just not great writing, but that's fine. The other parts of the show are great. But no, this was a really fun show. It really felt like TOS, but like
it
with
really
modern
felt
tech,
like
you know?
it really did have this very like future modern vibe that like the original series did. It's
like retro futurism sort of a thing.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it was very cool.
And it wasn't just like the costumes, but it was like the hair, the costumes, the makeup,
the costumes were
set
so cool.
design.
Set
all
design
of it was
awesome.
Very like
the
retro
medbay
modern
looks
futurism.
so good. All of the uniforms are fucking
I like
tight.
the little tiny detail on the uniform. That's gonna be hell for a bunch of people
Yeah,
who
I know,
are like
right?
trying to screen accurate cosplay.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh my god, it's the Hunger Games outfits all over again. Which is like another, like not the first time they've done that in Star Trek, but for me, the first time I noticed that in like a costume bit was like Hunger Games, and I was just like, ooh, that's rough.
Yeah. No, but it adds nice texture and nice detail. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought this was fun.
This was super fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's
I definitely want to see more.
It's definitely a different show. Not only is it like visually reminiscent of the original series, but it's also like tonally reminiscent of the original series, I think.
It feels that way, and it feels like they're going to go that way.
It feels a lot more old school Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I think this is going to be really fun. All the acting is great. All the actors and actresses are fantastic, and I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see where they take this. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I think that it's like, were I to specifically seek something to have issue with, I would argue that maybe we're focusing a little too much on this Pike is going to be a corpse in a decade thing.
Or are we maybe just PTSD from the last season of Picard?
Well, the thing is that, like, okay, so that was, like, important in this episode, but that doesn't mean that it's going to come up in the next episode necessarily.
Exactly.
So, like, we don't really have, like, a great way to, like, jump off, like, to make a conclusion on that. So, like, I think we're probably fine. But, like, it was a little, like, I don't know, towards the end there, it started getting, like, a little ham-fisted.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But, like, I get what they're doing, and like, you know, Anson Mount did like a good job portraying it and whatever.
Yeah.
So like it was interesting. It's interesting that like this show is definitely influenced by Discovery.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
I think it's probably going to be like a cross between Discovery and the original series.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably going to be.
Like, I think that's probably going to be what that is. Yeah. But yeah, it looks good. I'm excited to see what happens next. These will keep coming out weekly. I know that this one has been long. Our previous Picard stuff went on for a bit.
We had a lot of feelings.
We had a lot of feelings. This, I could just talk about how beautiful the fucking ship was.
I mean, we have a lot of feelings about
details.
this too. But
did you notice the like swirly
like
TOS? So many cool little set things and nice little nods to like extra stuff. I'm very excited. I don't know, Nurse Chapel might be my favorite character right now.
She's pretty fun.
She's really fun. I really love like her energy as Nurse Chapel.
You mean
and,
the
like,
manic pixie dream girl energy? Because that's definitely what
I was just thinking the like psycho doctor energy.
She's the manic pixie dream girl on this ship.
And she seems like sassy. She had like a snap. She had like a snapback. It was fun. So we'll see where that goes. But I just can't wait to see more of it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Eagle Moss to have a model of the ship so I can buy it. And they might already have one, and I try and steer clear of that website because every time I go on it, I'm just like, I didn't spend money. So unless they wanted to send me
and
stuff,
we're already doing you're already doing the big Enterprise build.
Oh my god, yeah.
Which
I'm like
you're pretty far
I'm
behind
like
on.
4 builds behind,
Yeah.
so I need to do that. Maybe I'll do that on my day off and
I think that's a great idea.
do like a quick build vid, put it on the TikTok or something.
Yeah.
But you know what? This was really great. What did you think of Strange New Worlds episode 1, season 1? Name of the episode was also Strange New Worlds. This is very confusing. What did you think of it? Like, who did you like? Who did you not like? What's your opinion on it? I feel like with one episode, we kind of can't make any strong opinions on anything.
Agreed.
But I'm still interested to hear what everybody has to say. So either way, I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. This has been Trek Jive. Don't forget to like this video, comment below with what you thought, share this video with other people so we're other people's problems, and subscribe to the channel. And we will catch you guys next week for more Star Trek. Maybe they will come out at a reasonable time. There's no promise of that. So
we're worth the wait, we promise.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll catch you guys next time. Hit it.